4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yo.
Yeah, we need some type of intro.
We do. Here's a fucking intro for you. This is our 3rd episode.
That's a pretty good intro.
We did it.
Yeah.
No one thought we could do it. No one thought we could do it. But we did it.
I didn't think we could do it, but
I'm proud of us.
we got fucking Station in here, and they are killing it. So
Here's the thing. If you put your mind to it, let this be a lesson, you kids. If you put your mind to it, you can make 3 episodes of a podcast with your friends.
so we're taking callers.
Yeah.
Episode 3 of Touchy Subjects. You want to call in 916-250-2571. Now, how do you say your, like, I always, when I say numbers,
Yeah.
and I do this because I think it's efficient. I always say, like, instead of say 2571, now you have to know 4 numbers there.
Yeah.
I say 2571, so you only need to know 2 numbers versus 4 numbers.
Yeah, it's smarter probably, but I think I keep the rhythm. I do the bump bump. Wait, what's going on here? I do the bump 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 bump. 916-250-257, and I don't say 0 though. I say O.
See, that's
916-250-2571.
it's wrong though.
Yeah, maybe.
O is a letter. It's not a number.
Yeah, but if it gets the point, I mean, why is it wrong? If
See-
it gets the point across and it's less confusing and O is one less syllable than 0.
See, yeah, but when I'm always thinking about efficient
250.
250.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I say, the rhythm is off because I go 916. It's 1 syllable, 1 syllable, 1 syllable. 1 syllable, 1 syllable, 1 syllable, 1 syllable, 1 syllable, 1 syllable, 1. It's bump, 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 bump. If you just throw a 2 syllable in there, it fucks the rhythm up. 916-250-2570. I'm singing basically.
You are thinking about it in a musical
Tune in.
in a musical sense.
I'm thinking about it in the natural rhythm of
In
life.
a rhythm sense.
The rhythm sense.
Now that's interesting because the way I'm thinking about it is in a technical or efficient sense. So I train myself. If I'm going to have to explain something to somebody, like I needed you to do a task for me, right?
Right.
I think about how I'm going to say that in the most simplistic but direct way where there's no confusion. Because I'm always thinking about variables of how
could he misinterpret it and they could
how
fuck
things
it up?
can't get done, essentially.
See, that's the manager in you, and I respect it. But for me, like, I'm an artist, brother, and I gotta find that rhythm. No, I don't know. I
think we're trained. See, this.
I
is
like
the
thing. To be flowy.
I just think that's what you were taught when you were a kid.
No, it's what naturally comes out when I'm learning fighting. Like I had Kieran at CSA told me this the other day. He was teaching me something, and like it was kind of hard for me to get. And then when he gave me more freedom to interpret, it became I got much better at it very quickly.
Wait, say that again.
So he was telling me to do a sequence of moves, and it felt awkward.
Okay.
But he was giving me a very strict sequence to adhere to. Yeah, so he was giving me a strict sequence to adhere to. Then he opened it up for a little more interpretation, a little more play, a little more flow, and my sequence became much smoother and much crisper and much better.
Explain this. Tell me what the sequence was.
It was. I mean, I don't remember exactly. It was like a punch to a kick to a fake step to a right knee to a left elbow or something, right?
So it's like up, down,
yeah,
left,
yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right, BA, select, start.
Yeah, sort of like the Contra code.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Yeah, sure.
But then when he instead of trying to make me do it in a straight line, he let me add some of my own natural rhythm to it, and it became the drill worked much better for me. Like I think some people, the way you're doing it's not wrong. It's just some people.
Well, I'm
try to ride that flow, you know.
So tell me. Okay, so he said
like that sounds better to me.
What's the sequence? What's the sequence of?
I don't remember.
With a move sequence.
How
many steps was in it? 5 steps?
Probably 4 or
steps?
5 steps.
4 or 5 steps. And in that sequence, he let you to interpret it yourself?
No, he told me what the moves were. But we were doing it in a line drill where you move in a straight line. And so then he basically said you don't have to move in a straight line anymore. You have to do the same things you were always doing. but you don't have to move in a straight line anymore.
Oh, so when you were moving in this straight line,
When it was like, this is the way we're going to move. This is this. You have to fit these 4 or 5 things into a straight line.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. Then he went, okay, here's the start, and here's the finish, and here's the moves I need, but you can do them basically any way you want. You can get from point A to point B however you want.
and you felt that you conducted the moves,
It was
technique.
It came much more naturally, smoothly, crisply. It would have been more effective in a fight. It happened much more naturally to be able to take the long way around almost, to cut angles mid move or to
But
put my own little
I
flair.
mean, but in a fight, aren't you trying to go back and forth anyway?
What do you mean?
Like, aren't you trying to like cut one side, go to the other side? You're not really going straight
create
forward.
angles. Yeah, but the purpose of this drill for people to get it down, it was a pretty complex set of moves.
Yeah.
For them to get it down, he simplified it into. And before we do this on a person who's going to move around and try to stop us from doing it, we have to cut angles and trap him and do this. We're going to move in a straight line and get these the mechanics of this down. But even the basics came more naturally to me. Understanding the set of moves came more naturally to me when I started moving in unorthodox ways.
I don't think that applies to this though.
Maybe not.
I think that's more. Well, okay.
It might not.
So
Because when I talk to someone, I'll sometimes go 916-250-2571. Like if I'm talking to someone in like very formal, like if I like hold on a minute. if I'm talking to someone in a way that's like not formal, but like if I'm talking to make a fucking appointment or something.
yeah.
Or if I'm leaving a voicemail to a doctor's office, I go, yeah, call me back. The number's 916-250-2571.
Yeah.
916-250-2571. I'll say it maybe both. I do it both ways. Thinking about myself saying it, when I repeat it, I actually do it both ways because maybe they're a little artsy fartsy. Maybe they're a manager of a American Dream self-built business they're running. Who knows?
But you do it unconsciously.
Who's
though.
to say?
You don't consciously combine the numbers, do you?
I do it. I'd probably do it unconsciously, like the second time. If I repeat them, I do 2571. I know I do that. I can picture myself saying it. I'll go 916-250-2571. 916-250-2571. I'll punctuate the last one with 2571.
If you're repeating it.
When I repeat it the second
See,
time.
I purposely always okay, so here's a couple examples. And this is a good thing for everybody to learn, just how to just kind of skills people can learn at, and you might want to no offense, Fili, you might want to pick some of this stuff up.
Okay, all right. All right, I'll be sure for my co-host is calling me a fucking idiot if anybody's wondering.
Not that. I'm saying I take organization very serious.
Me too. Honestly, my punctuality needs a lot of work, but my organization, like as far as where I put things and like everything in my house has a place. As soon as I'm done using it, I put it right back. It
Very
has
good.
a place. I never wonder. That's like I talked to someone about that today. If my keys go missing, there's only 2 places that they will possibly be. If they're not in those places, they're gone for real.
That's pretty good.
Because I make a point, everything has a place, and it annoys me when someone in my house uses something and then puts it in like this other place. It's like, look, you're either using it or you're not. And if you're not using it, put it in its spot.
Yeah.
And it'll always be there.
Here's a quote.
You're either
I've
using
always
it
said.
or you're not.
You don't need to look for things if they are where they're supposed to be.
You say that. You said that.
That's my famous quote.
That's your quote. You came up with
Everybody
that
knows
quote.
that quote.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, this one.
That is true.
Like this? Sorry.
My mom says she said you definitely do it like that. That's how I say the name. That's how I say my numbers.
Say it what?
That I say it like that. That I say bum 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 bum, and then I combine the words.
Then you combine them. Okay. You might want
Hello?
to. There's a little like silver thing that.
Oh yeah, give me a little
tight.
tighten me up.
Yeah, there we go.
Thanks,
All
man.
right, cool.
I'm getting a lot.
So-
I'm signing off this fucking thing because people are getting weird. Someone said greatest fighter ever. Yeah, I appreciate that. But then someone said, Mr. Perfect, be humble, Andre. Don't cry, baby.
Well, if they want to,
person.
comment, tell them to call in.
The exact same person said that to me.
Yeah, tell them to stop being a balloon nut.
What's going on here? Dude?
I have a newfound respect for you, to be honest with you.
Thanks,
I respect you greatly, but
Thanks, I think.
but I never
Tune into this show, you motherfuckers.
Thought about your organizational. Let me see.
Prowess.
Good word. Organizational prowess.
Yeah, I'm a very organized person, honestly.
And Well, one thing, people think they're organized.
Yeah.
They either think they're organized and they're not, or they think organization, they don't even, like...
Doesn't even come in. It doesn't even consider.
Like there's no realm of what organization is.
Yeah.
Or they're actually really organized. That you said... where there's a place for everything is a very good indicator of your organizational prowess.
I appreciate that. There's just no reason to have it in a different place. Like there's a place that you put it always.
Yes.
Out of habit, it's there. It's always there, or you're using it, and then when you're done using it, you put it back there, and then it'll be there the next. It's like,
now, do you check? Do you have systems, or kind of do you train yourself to create fail safes? And I'll give you an example. Like, so if I'm going to put, say, my keys, and I know whatever the situation is, let's say I'm out of someone's house or something like that, and I don't want to lose, let's say it's my wallet, and I have to put it down for somewhere. So it's a kind of a out of the normal routine, right? Yeah. Do you proactively think about how to prohibit you from actually losing that or misplacing it? Do you actually think of what you're going to do to make sure that you don't forget certain items?
No, I just make a point before I leave. Before I change any real drastic change of scenery, I go cell phone, keys, wallet, and I don't leave that area until I have all three of those.
That's
things.
something you've
I just cultivated that. I just cultivated that habit after however long because I'm tired. I don't want to leave things places. Yeah. It's like if you have your cell phone, you have your keys, and you have your wallet. Yeah. Then you'll be okay. You can come back for the other stuff.
What if it's like you're at your just say there's a special video game that you needed to bring for your friend that you're going to meet next week, right? And you're at your one friend's house down in Southern California, and you have to bring that. You can't forget that game. Have you ever thought about that? Of like,
yeah, I write my entire day out the way that I think, as close to in order as I think it'll go, and I'll change it throughout my day. But I have it written in a list. So then it's like, if my fucking day is hang out with this dude, play the video game, catch the flight, bring the video game to homeboy's. If I'm in Orange County playing a video game with my friend, I have to catch a flight, but my friend in SAC needs the same video game. Then as I go through my list, I'll write play video game, pack video game, catch flight, whatever. So
so you put that on your.
So I put that on my list. So
not bad.
So as I walk out the door and go, okay, I have my bags, have my cell phone, wallet, put my bag in the Uber. As I cross off play video game and go to cross off check my catch flight, I go, oh wait, did I? Okay, I did. Okay, so then I can cross off my list.
Pretty good.
Doesn't get crossed on my list unless I do it. You know what I'm saying?
I will have to say I'm thoroughly impressed. That is pretty good. That's of everything.
Mama didn't raise no fool, and Daddy didn't raise me at all.
What do you think that is, though? Do you think someone taught? No one taught. My mom is fucking completely disorganized.
My mom
is the most ridiculous thing ever.
My mom's listening right now, so sorry, Mom. My mom's organized, but in like a manic way almost. So it's like it'll stress her out. And I think that there's obviously everything has a point of diminishing return. So it's it's good to be organized, but not so much that it causes anxiety and makes your life stressful. So I think it's just trial and error. I'm not saying I have it down. I have fucking my OCD rears its ugly head sometimes. It takes me 10 minutes to get out of the house sometimes. I stress myself out with this or I forget this. I'm not perfect in any way at all. But it comes from seeing people around me who are so organized and anal about every little thing that it almost backfires, and also being around a bunch of friends who are so unorganized that they'll lose their fucking head if it wasn't attacked. They lose their keys, and then in the middle of trying to find their keys, they lose their wallet, and by the time they have their wallet, we get in the phone, we're halfway down the street, fuck, I don't have my phone, we got to turn back around. It's and also my own experiences and shortcomings, and it just makes sense. It's something I don't really think about. It's just I just see the shortcomings of people around me and my own shortcomings at some point, and then I go, okay, how do I prevent that? And then you start doing it, and it works, and you keep doing it.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't think about it. I before I get up, before I drove here, before I got out of my car, before I leave this room, when I get back in my car, when I get out of my car in my driveway, at every step I'll go cell phone, keys, wallet, cell phone, keys, wallet, cell phone, keys, wallet.
Interesting. Because so for me, I would. People ask me what I do and everything. I own businesses and stuff.
What do you do?
I own businesses.
Oh, okay.
But really, what I do, like at the core of everything, I'm a professional organizer.
Yeah.
Because when you
put all the things in the places they need to be.
And so now I'm an advocate of personal organization, and that is like for the individual, and the things that you're saying right now, I'm on board with. Okay, but in also my being a business owner, you are essentially a professional organizer where
On a macro sense, like not just for yourself, but
you have to have your own shit organized, which is difficult enough.
Yeah.
But you need to make sure other people are organized to fit into your mechanism.
But what if one of your employees is not organized at all, but he gets the job done and he fits in your macro organization? Like he's a good puzzle piece in your thing, but he's a fucking wreck.
That's almost
Rare.
every employee I've ever had. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the most
not
part,
rare. Yeah,
it's not rare at all. Is that not? I wouldn't say a wreck. They don't think of organization, and this is not a knock on them.
I get it. You hate your employees.
No, I love my employees.
You hear that?
I love them.
Hear this guy?
I'm saying trust me, the ones that know that they're unorganized, and if they watch this, they're going to be laughing because they know I talk shit to them all the time.
Yeah.
But you need to build safeguards into a system to combat their disorganization.
Yeah.
So, for example, I say I know a guy that is always going to forget his tools, right? Okay. So he's supposed to bring his tools in the morning. Well, what I would do is that I always keep a spare set of tools, like a safety, like a
contingency,
like a contingency set of tools in a very, maybe not the best ones, but stuff to get the job done in a certain place.
So hopefully he brings his, and if he doesn't, we got this other one. You planned accordingly for it.
I plan for if he doesn't, the job doesn't stop.
Yeah.
We can keep going.
Like Batman, he has a plan to take down the rest of the Justice League just in case they ever go rogue.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like Batman.
You've thought of everything.
Well, I mean, Bruce Wayne, he is a millionaire.
That's true.
And you don't get being a millionaire
without being organized.
Yeah, but he inherited it, so.
Yeah, but his dad. Well, no, his dad probably got it from his grandpa.
Yeah, was it Wayne Enterprises? That was.
Yeah, but I mean, his grandpa. Someone down the line was for sure.
Do you know the origin of the Wayne?
The Wayne fortune.
The Wayne fortune.
I think the dad was born rich too. I think the grandpa.
The dad was a doctor.
The dad, yeah. So, but I think that the
Thomas Wayne.
Thomas, but I think Thomas's father. They don't go into grandparents much.
They don't.
But I believe. Just
would it be cool?
Reaching back my nerd history, I think Thomas Wayne's dad was like a immigrant that built himself up, and then Thomas was a doctor, and his wife was something. His wife, the Martha Wayne was rich as well too. I'm almost positive.
Was she?
Like they were two wealthy kids from wealthy, powerful families. They united, and that also brought up a big thing. And then,
well, I mean, also with comic books. There's so many. The comic books does so many different stories.
Yeah, it's been retconned him 8 million times.
Yeah, there's different origin stories, but this would be a cool Batman story where Thomas Wayne's grandfather started his wealth fortune. Walk with me on this. He got all of his money through pillaging with the League of Shadows.
Oh.
So he was one of the original founders of the League of Shadows. Or it goes back and that it came back there and they sacked Rome apparently and all this stuff and they got a bunch of money through their endeavor, should we call, and then that's how the Wayne fortune. That would be a cool origin story.
I've seen a play on basically Thomas and Martha being kind of corrupt.
Okay.
And Batman dealing with that. That's pretty cool. Batman's the coolest fucking character.
All right, we got a call.
Yeah, let's take it.
Just so people know, we're doing a 30-minute episode tonight, so we might finish up on this.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time we got. Good, you take it.
All right, cool. We're at 20 minutes, or we got 20 minutes left?
Just 20 minutes. We're at 20 minutes.
Okay. So we got 10 minutes to talk to this person.
Who's this guy?
What up?
Am I live with Andre fucking Touchy Fili, the baddest 145er in the fucking world?
Yes, sir. What up, G?
From fucking Sacktown?
What up, G?
Outcasts and underdogs all day. Oh my god, man.
Hell yeah. What's up, dog?
Bro, nothing, man. You're literally just like the baddest. You're literally the baddest dude ever. If I could switch lives with anybody but you.
Nah, you don't want to switch lives with me. How old are you? You sound young.
Yeah, dude.
You got your own life,
Yeah,
dude.
I do. I do have my own life, but like, let me get like one day as Fili, and I'd be like, okay, let's do it.
It's pretty fun, dude. If you like riding motorcycles and
Yeah.
having a hot girl with a big old butt and a cool bulldog to hang out with. What do you do?
Sure.
Where are you from?
Let's do that shit. Man, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I've been a big fan of you since I became a huge ass fan of Alpha Male back in the day. I watched like one of your first fights, dude. I don't know, just like your style, your presentation, and how you are inside and outside octagon, like always speaks hella major to me. So
thank you, man.
I got like 2 of your shirts from O&U, man.
Dope.
I wear them all the time. I play music.
Dope.
I play like big local shows in St. Louis, dude. I'm always talking about you.
What's your
like, I'm like, you want to know this, dude?
What's your band called?
We're called City of Parks.
City of Parks. Okay.
We're like alternative rock band, dude. We write songs about like hella bad mental health problems in this day and age, and like all you gotta do is dig deep, and like there's always harder shit to go through. But like that's what I love about MMA, because they're like the unsung heroes of like the hardest sport there is, and like you're one of them, dude. In the way that you just keep going and keep grinding, like, always talking about it on like this show, and you're now doing this. It's just like I'm always going to be hella motivated, man, like, because I feel I'm an outcast and an underdog, and I came up, and everyone told me not to do music or don't quit my day job, and I made hella major fucking moves, and I got to work with some of the best and biggest bands in, like, the fucking world right now, like, doing this kind of music.
All right, slow down. This guy's rambling.
Hey, no, thank you, man. That means a lot to me, man.
Because I don't got a lot of time, and I'm always reaching out to you on Instagram. I know I don't got, like, a shot in hell to like, get a response or nothing, but like,
I appreciate
I'm in the middle of Missouri, dude. I look up to you, like,
that wasn't me. That was my co-host being a fucking asshole. I appreciate everything you're saying, man. I appreciate everything you're saying,
Word.
and
he's not wrong though. Like, I'm for sure rambling, but like, I'm just trying to say what I can say, because like,
man,
you're like one of like the people I relate with. Hello.
We get it.
No, I appreciate it, man. That shit honestly means a lot to me, bro. Like, that's what I'm about, man. It's like I majorly look up and like fight hard in life, dude, on some shit, you know. And
do you need
like,
any advice, sir?
My roommate.
You want any advice from Fili and myself?
I guess just like
how's your organizational skills?
Like, how do you endure like just some day-to-day shit that like is gonna like set you back, like as an individual, like whether it's like a rough like training camp, or not training camp, but like day of training, or just like a bad day in general. Like, what are some things that like you kind of do to like bounce off it, like from that shit, and like get back to like being like Touchy fucking Fili and knowing who you are, you know? Because some days like you can have these days and you're kind of just like, damn, like you don't even know who you are. Like, well, that's at least like where I'm at, and I feel like you can kind of relate. But
okay, hold on. So he asked you a question.
Yeah.
Do you know what question? Repeat the question.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the question. And then my co-host, who's a total fucking asshole, is gonna answer the question.
Repeat the question first.
So
no, it's just like,
how do you
what is like a mental, you know?
Times
like how do you deal with the ups and downs of chasing the dream, basically?
Is that your question, sir? Just to,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, when I have a fucked up day, especially close to a fight, and I'm trying to deal with all this, shit, like whatever. Maybe I'm like internalizing everything, and I'm bummed out because I lost some sparring rounds, or I didn't feel very good, or my weight cut fucking sucks, or whatever, or I'm dealing with personal shit that's getting in the way of fighting. I just try to remember that it's like, it almost sounds corny, but it's something I really appreciate more and more the older I get. Like, it's all part of the journey, like the ups and downs. Like, it's not going to be a good time all the time, man. Like, some days you're just going to be shitty, but you got to appreciate that.
Right.
Like, it's part of the story. Like, every day above ground's a good day. So, like, if I spent all day in the gym getting my ass kicked, okay, cool. I was still getting my ass kicked at one of the best MMA teams in the world that I was stoked to be on, like when I was 15. You know, like all I wanted to do is train with these guys. So it's like, okay, like nothing's as bad as it seems right now. Like, you got to really try to take a step back and look at the big picture. You can't get in your own way because the last 24 hours were shitties. Like, we're talking about we're talking about over the next 20 years. You know, you're not even gonna remember today. So today might feel like literally, it might feel like the fucking day that breaks you. But when you when you zoom out and you look at the bigger picture, today you might not even remember this bad. If today was the worst fucking day you've ever had, you might not remember it that well in 10 years, man. And in 20 years, you might forget it completely. Like, nothing is as you can't get too high with the highs and too low with the lows, man. That's my advice. Don't get too high with the highs and don't get too low with the lows, man. Just understand that it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey.
Yeah, that's that O and U lifestyle, and like that's like the fucking coolest thing you can say, because like I never thought about that. Like, am I gonna remember this bad day in like 5 years? Like maybe like 5 months, but like what's 5 months? 5 years if you just keep grinding,
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's like legit. That's hella good advice. That's for real, like something I never even like thought about. I'm always thinking. So
you want me
I
to
appreciate
answer?
that.
All right, Studboy, my co-host has advice for you. I don't know what he's gonna say, but I'm scared.
So the question is, how do you deal with the ups and downs of life?
Yeah. How do you not let the bad times break you?
Well, I'm rich, so I don't have downs. So I don't know. I mean, I can imagine if other people have downs, how they would deal with it. No, I'm just joking. One thing I do, like, this is like when I've been stressed out or I've done, like, I'm like, oh, fuck it. Everything is going to go in a hell in a handbasket. I do this thing in my mind where I look at the situation I'm in and say the situation looks like either you're going to lose a bunch of money or you're going to get in trouble somehow, or there's, like, say you're like in some type of personal relationship with somebody and there's no good or bad, whatever outcome, whatever decision you make, it's going to hurt somebody and it's going to hurt you. So there's no good decisions on it. One thing I always do is I deductively look at my life in the sense of, okay, if this fails, what's my next option? And then I just keep going back until the worst possible scenario that I could be at. So, for example, like I'm like, all right, well, I know
you walk it backwards.
I walk it backwards. So I'm living in my, I have my lifestyle that I have now, right? I have, I have a beautiful fiance and I have a kid on the way. I have a stable financially, things like that. Then I go, okay, so maybe, we're stressful things going on at work or whatever that is. I go, okay, well, say if I lose that, worst case scenario, I would have to move out of my house and I'll move to another place. Let's say if I lose that, then I go, I can always get a job doing this and get an apartment. Well, let's say if that doesn't happen, I mean, and I just keep breaking it down and I put myself in that scenario.
Like worst possible scenario.
Of whatever the situation, if it goes completely bad, and I go, well, wherever I get to, like the worst possible scenario is I have to move back to New Jersey, live with my mom, and be a substitute teacher. And it's like, well, I mean,
that's not half as bad as some people have. You're like, that's all right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I could do that,
right?
And it's like,
and then it kind of puts in perspective, like this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Even if it falls completely to shit past how it logically would, like even if every single deck in the fucking card in the deck falls and everything goes haywire, I still have a better life than a lot of people.
Yeah, and on top
and I'll
of it,
bounce back.
On top of it, it's a life that I've already lived. I've lived with my mom before.
You've done it before.
And I had a shitty job when I was 17 years old.
And it didn't break you then. It's not going to break you now. You probably have more tools and are well adjusted than you were when you went through it the first time. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had no, and that's what, I was an adolescent, so I was doing that.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, you're young.
I'm 28, man. Young. But that's cool because, like, you kind of just, like, control your emotion. Like, all right, I'm not going to get, like, hella, like, emotional about this or anything. But that's something I kind of, like, get, like, screwed up with because I got so much emotion because I'm like this huge empathetic person. I'm, like, my heart and my feelings just take over sometimes, and I just, like, start spiraling. But I think I'm going to, like, start building some habits like that. Because, like, that's a good way to start breaking through that stuff. Like, you start, like, really, like, thinking you go from the good to kind of some bads, and you kind of like slow it down. So like I never ever thought about like thinking like that in that kind of way.
we're gonna wrap it up right now, but I do appreciate that. I would suggest if you are feeling out of control and you feel if there's like
I'm
some
good.
type of overwhelming emotions, always look for people that can help you. Look for their
For sure.
services, mental health services, things like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
okay,
I'm all good.
All
Like,
right, thanks,
it's
dude. We're
just
gonna let you go, man.
sometimes, but-
Keep up the
All
good
right.
fight.
Hell yeah! Thanks for calling in, dude.
All right.
All right. Okay. Well, and I'll start going to a little dark place, but we had to end that. But
I appreciate it though.
no, that guy was cool. It was cool. It was a good question.
It's good that he called in to talk, man. It's cool to see. It's cool to see that. It makes me happy, dude. Like
Yeah, I feel like he had some stuff going on,
yeah.
but I mean,
But I've been there. I've been there for sure. So it's cool. Hopefully something we said could help him. He seems
Yeah,
like a nice
it sounds like. I mean, sometimes that being connected to people is a powerful thing. I
guy. Yeah,
think
for
that's
sure.
So the people are watching currently
Yeah.
live right now. We're doing we're going to do an hour right now, roughly an hour or so. But we're cutting this into 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So
Because you fucking assholes have an attention span. Well, me too. Our whole generation.
I mean, I don't listen to anything more than 15 minutes.
I mean,
so I'm with you.
I can't be bothered.
So we're going to
So
cut
we can't expect you to be bothered if we
two
can't be bothered.
30-minute episodes. We're going to stop right now. So for the people watching this, go to touchysubjectshow.com.
Yep.
Get all your Touchy Subject Show
Content.
anything you need to know about the show. It's up there.
Get your itches scratched on touchy subjects.
Jason and Jose are doing a fabulous job.
killing it.
They're fucking killing it. So anything you need is on that. Jason, what's the deal with the T-shirt? Where are we at right now?
You guys got to call in and convince us why you should be the one to receive this one-of-one touchy subject shirt. Well, it's free. You just got to convince us.
This is a
free.
badass shirt.
I mean,
This
it's
is gonna be a one of a
fucking
kind.
great shirt. We'll even sign it for you. Well, let's ask them if they want. If they don't want to sign it, we won't sign it. But if they do want it to be signed, then
This is our new logo, by the way.
I'm gonna post this on Instagram too.
All right.
Call into the show. Give us a good reason why you should win this one-of-one touchy subject shirt. The number is 916-250-2571.
Nice. Okay. See you next week, dudes.